Hi, thanks so much, Lydia. It was interesting to listen to Stephen Lebo and what's going on. We do know that the president had just looked at a hydrogen-cooled generator that was apparently going to Kuwait.
Please welcome the CEO of General Electric, Jeffrey Immelt, and the President of the United States.
Speaks for itself.
Thank you. Thank you. I know that isn't for me. I know it's for our guests here today, so welcome to the Capital Region. Mr. President, welcome. And I'd also like to put a special welcome. Governor Cuomo, congratulations. Great to have you here. Senator Schumer, Gillibrand, I know you're here. Great to have you here as well. Senator Gillibrand, great to see you again. I know we've got a number of members from the congressional delegation. I particularly want to thank Paul Tongo, who's been a great representative for us. Paul, thanks for all of your help. It's been great. And welcome to all the other guests here today. Mr. President, welcome to the birthplace of GE more than 100 years ago. This is really, I like to think that this is where capitalism and where innovation really was born, with Thomas Edison right here in Schenectady. We're proud of the site. We're proud of all of you. This business was one of the few businesses in the world, Mr. President, that had positive earnings every year during the crisis. We did it because we're a big exporter, we're a high-tech company, and that's very much the story. We're the #1 wind player in the year. And right here in this facility, we have 4,000 employees that work on power generation and water, renewable energy, do a fantastic job. And in the Capital Region, we are really big in the Capital Region with 7,000 employees. We innovate with the, we innovate with the Global Research Center. We build things here. We're a big exporter. 90% of all the products made in this facility are exported outside the United States. So it's really a great example, I think, of what we want to do to really renew this country and this company. We know in GE the future is given to no one. We have to compete. We have to win. And I know that this team can compete with anybody in the world.
That's right.
We can absolutely do what it takes. So, in the vein of competitiveness and exports and manufacturing and innovation, it really is an honor to welcome you here today and introduce President Obama. I've had the honor to work with the President and with Valerie Jarrett and Austin Goolsbee on the advisory board as we've gone through the economic crisis. I'm now honored to lead your council on competitiveness and jobs. It's a great honor. And I know that despite the fact that 60% of GE's revenues are outside the United States, I personally and this company share in the responsibility and the accountability to make sure that this is the most competitive and productive country in the world. So President Obama, we are honored to have you here today. Welcome. It's great to be with you. Thanks very much. Thank you.
Hello, hello. Hello, Schenectady. Oh, it is good to be in New York. Now let me just begin. If I'm not mistaken, Governor Cuomo, who is going to be an outstanding governor, he tried to give me a Jets hat. I had to refuse it. I had Secret Service confiscated. But I will say both the Jets and the Bears, I think, are slight underdogs. So we're going to be rooting for the underdogs on Sunday. In addition to Governor Cuomo, I just want to acknowledge Lieutenant Governor Bob Duffy is here. Two great friends of mine and great champions for New York in the United States Senate, Chuck Schumer and Kirsten Gillibrand, are here. Members of the congressional delegation from up this way, Paul Tonko, Chris Gibson, and Richard Hanna are all here. Attorney General Eric Schneiderman is here. The outstanding mayor of Schenectady, who flew up with me because we had an event down the White House for mayors, and he was on Marine One and Air Force One, and he looked like he was having a pretty good time. Brian Stratton is here. And from Albany, Mayor Jerry Jennings is here. Thank you. Jeff, thank you for the outstanding introduction, and thank you, GE. It is great to be here. I just had a chance to see some of the high-tech steam turbines and all kinds of fancy stuff that's being made here, being manufactured here at this plant. And it is unbelievably impressive. And it's part of a proud tradition. Because GE has been producing turbines and generators here in Schenectady for more than a century. A lot has changed since those early days. We've seen technologies transform the ways we work and the ways we communicate with each other. We've seen our economy transformed by rising competition from around the globe. And over the years, in the wake of these shifts, upstate New York and places like it have seen more than their fair share of hard times. But what has never changed, we see it right here at this plant, we see it right here at GE, is that America is still home to the most creative and most innovative businesses in the world. We've got the most productive workers in the world. America's home to inventors and dreamers and builders and creators. All of you represent people who each and every day are pioneering the technologies and discoveries that not only improve our lives, but they drive our economy. Across the country, there are entrepreneurs opening businesses. There are researchers testing new medical treatments. There are engineers pushing the limits of design and the programmers poring over lines of code. And there are workers like you on assembly lines and all across the country, eager to create some of the best products the world has ever seen. There are students training to take new jobs by their side. In this community, GE is building one of the world's most sophisticated manufacturing facilities to produce state-of-the-art batteries. Last year, you opened the headquarters of your renewable energy operations and you created 650 jobs on this campus. So our challenge, especially as we continue to fight our way back from the worst recession in our lifetimes, is to harness this spirit, to harness this potential, the potential that all of you represent. Our challenge is to do everything we can to make it easier for folks to bring products to market and to start and expand new businesses and to grow and hire new workers. I want plants like this all across America. You guys are a model of what's possible. And that's why, as part of the tax cut compromise that I signed at the end of the year, we provided incentives for businesses to make new capital investments. And in fact, GE is investing $13 million in advanced manufacturing at this plant, taking advantage of some of these tax breaks. We also extended a program that GE says its customers have used to invest $6 billion in clean energy production across this country, driving demand for the company's wind turbines. And I saw one of those big turbines on the way in. So we know we can compete, not just in the industries of the past, but also in the industries of the future.